Hi, I'm Jeanne Fiorini. Thanks for being here at the Tarot Tips. In Tarot Tip 83, we talked about using the one card draw, the effectiveness, the times that might be useful. I thought it would be interesting to play around with the other end of the spectrum to say when is it useful or kind of fun or helpful to pull a lot of cards. Sometimes this is a method that I use when I'm doing phone readings, when I don't have a person across the table from me where we have to talk about every little card, where I can kind of pull cards and get a feel for what might be going on and kind of talk to them from that place rather than say, oh, this card means this and this card means this, and you know, the client is probably going to be asking questions, but I might be pulling a lot of cards. So this is going to be useful when you really it can be playful, number one. Secondly, the real key here is you only use it when you're not going to make a point to not get caught up on every individual card, because if you do that, maybe you've pulled 50 cards, you know, then you've got your hands full. So use this method, and I'll show you an example. If you want to kind of really see the big picture, all the factors in play, but you're not going to get too fixated on, you know, there might be a card or two that stands out, but you're not going to be interpreting, let's say, every single little piece of information that you get. It's all going to kind of go into the basket, and then you're going to come up with a story. So this is one way of, you could say, telling a story through the tarot. And in the next video, we'll talk about specifically doing that. You know, what would a tarot narrative look like? How could I use the cards to tell a story about a situation? By doing that, how does that help me see it more clearly? But that's in the next video. So for this one, we're going to kind of play around. I'm going to make up a scenario, and we'll pull a lot of cards, and we'll see what we see. Let me also just say that this is not like those methods where maybe you see 21 or 48 cards laid out in lines and each thing means something. It's not going to be like that. This is more kind of random and all over the place. So it's a method that's going to suit some people and not work for some others, but we'll put it out there. It works nicely in contrast with the one card draw. There have been times when I've gone through the whole deck sitting with a person maybe for a half an hour. We're not going to go quite that far today, but I think you'll get the idea of the method. Okay, so let's go make up a story, make up a scenario, and we'll see how the story unfolds. When I use this pulling cards at random method, I like to put the cards out in a big, you know, random pile out on the table. You could do this method by having them all in a straight pile and dealing them off the top. I like it this way because it gives me the chance to kind of intuit which card wants to come out given where we are in this story. But you know, I think whatever method feels good for you is the way to go. That, you know, that falls under that there's really no tarot rules except try to be honest and intentional and let everything else fall where it may. Okay, so let's say our made-up scenario is a relationship one. Let's say Susie and Paul. I don't know these people, I'm just making this up. Okay, Susie and Paul have a relationship. Susie comes for a reading, and she just wants to talk about the relationship. What's the nature of it? Where's it going? All of that. So, you know, not using any particular layouts, no real intentional meaning behind what card is placed where. We're just going to start pulling cards. So we'll pull this. Okay, and I like to look at them right away. King of Swords, Four of Cups, Ten of Wands. Okay, that's a good start. So I look at that and say, well, we might be at a point, okay, intuition, got to put them in the frame, there. Intuition is going to rule this method of reading here because you don't have layout positions that tell you what that card means in that position. So King of Swords reversed, Four of Cups, Ten of Wands. I'm going to look at that and say, well, it looks like the time is in the relationship to decide whether you're going to be in or you're going to be out. It looks like there's some questions. Some people are looking at it pretty analytically. This Ten of Wands indicates something needs to change. Not really sure what directions that's going to go. Okay, we're just kind of winging it here. Well, we'll take that one that's sticking out. King of Wands, Four of Swords, Three of Pentacles. I would look at that and say, Paul looks like he's in it. Paul looks like he doesn't see a problem. You have these two kings here. So there might be a little bit of a battle of wills going on. Paul might be saying, well, I'm not too worried about it. I feel secure in this relationship. What's the problem? Okay, we just keep going here. Let's see what we see. Two of Cups, Queen of Swords, Five of Swords. Looks like Susie's got some things she wants and needs that aren't getting met in the relationship. Again, we're just kind of making this up, but I hope you get the idea about the method. So Two of Cups, well, we don't see a cup card. Well, we see the Four of Cups in the initial draw that says, I'm not really quite sure how I'm feeling about this. What we've seen so far is kind of cut and dry. Two of Cups, Queen of Swords, Five of Swords. Here's Susie. She's got some not demands, but some a bar that is not being jumped over. You know, she's got some things that she wants and needs. And we started off in a nice, compatible, loving, warm relationship, but now she feels like she needs to boundary card, assert some boundaries here. Like some things have to change. She's the one who's pushing the issue here. So let's see. All these personality cards, interesting. King of Cups, Eight of Cups, Knight of Wands. Susie might say, okay, here we go. Susie might say, I'm going to get my own place for a while. Here we see the King of Cups and the Eight of Cups. Here's a little bit of detachment, or a little bit of kind of, I want to be in it, but I feel like I need to leave it for a little while. This is some sort of making of a move. Here's the Empress card. That feels to me like she needs to pull away, get some time by herself, not exactly break off the relationship, but have some time to herself to think. Let's see, the story continues. Oh, interesting. Page of Cups, Page of Cups, Two of Swords, Eight of Pentacles. So that sort of fits with the story we're laying out here. A time of self-reflection, of maybe meditation. This is all, kind of inner searching. And then Susie comes up with a new plan, Eight of Pentacles. I think she comes out of this period of hermitage, or this period of retreat, fostered by this boundary card over here and this Eight of Cups, with a new plan, What's Susie's new plan? Ooh, she's going to shake it up. Tower card, Ace of Wands. Now I'm going to pull another card here. My question with the Tower, whenever the Tower card comes up, is what is coming out of the Tower? Here's new initiative. Here's new. So in this case, what's coming out of the Tower? Ace of Wands. New power, new initiative, some sort of new change. What is the new change? Knight of Pentacles. Things are going to look different around here. I don't know if that's where they're living, who's going to do what. Let's pull a couple more cards to see if we can resolve this story. Oh, we are going to counseling. Hierophant and the Page of Pentacles. We're going to go to counseling and work out some issues. We're going to get ourselves in a new place. So I would say that Susie sees that there's good raw material in that relationship, but we need to go deeper. There's some things that need to be worked on, that need to be brought out into the open. She's not ready to throw in the towel yet here, but it looks like they need a third party, some sort of guidance to help them get back on track here. I always like to have somebody pull a helper card. Oh, Ten of Cups. Thank you, tarot gods. That's very nice. Susie and Paul have the potential for a bright future ahead of them. Well, that was very interesting. I hope you see the not creativity of the method, but the flexibility of the method, and how it might get to aspects of things that might not come out in a question and answer kind of a framework. So take that and play around with that and see how it works for you. Thanks for being at the Tarot Tips. We'll see you next time.